What is going on, Patreon people? It has been a few weeks. I got a new cameraman, Dan. Do you remember how to do the selfie mode? I didn't tell him he was going to be on camera. There he is. That's enough. That's all you get right now.
I don't even know if it worked.
Dan has been awesome. He jumped right in and filled the void perfectly. Having a good time with Dan. So we're working on our dining room table. You've probably seen the top that we made, and now we're making the base, and it is all pocket hole together. It is out of hickory. I made almost a fatal mistake of using soft plywood pocket hole screws instead of the hardwood screws, and I was splitting the hickory, and I thought it was the wood. Turns out it was me just doing the wrong thing. So that is done. We just got to put a coat of finish on there and then attach the top, and that will be all done. The last time I talked, I typed a little thing and I said, hey, we're thinking about bringing the weekly wrap-up show Makers and Shakers back and to bring some of you guys in there. So here are my thoughts on that show right now. I've never been able to get sponsors for the show, and I've never been able to make money off of the show. And not everything is about making money, but it takes a long time to go through all those videos, and then it's a day of shooting, a couple hours of shooting, or an hour of shooting, and then a day of editing. So it's at least one full day of work, about 10 hours for each episode. And so for me to make it worth my time, I have to either bring in sponsors or figure out a way to make money on the show so I can spend a day doing so. And so here are my thoughts. I want to bring in somebody who can shoot the show on a Thursday morning or whatever day we pick, and then edit it right there. So while that person is editing, I can do other stuff and work on my weekly project video. A way that I thought to bring in some extra money is through Patreon. And my thought is Patreon people get they get to watch the live recording of the wrap up. And so if it takes 30 minutes to watch, you get to watch the whole 30 minutes. And then when we, even if you're not able to make it live, there'll be the long version for you guys. And then there'll be a shortened 10-minute version that everybody else gets to see that will be on the public channel. So that is the thought on how to get some more money in there to make it worth my time, so I can pay that editor and that film guy to work with me on the weekly wrap-up. So I thought, you know, if there's another incentive for people to be on Patreon, and you know, if you're just pitching $1 or $5, you get that full weekly experience. Another way I thought about bringing in the Patreon people is to build a little web app that that I can populate with that week's videos, or you guys can populate with that week's videos, and then you guys vote on what top 5 videos make it into the show. And that takes a huge burden off me, because to go through hundreds of videos each week, maybe not hundreds, there's about 70 to 80 new videos every week. You know, I'm on my one channel, I'm subscribed to like 600 different channels, and not everybody's putting out videos, but it's still a lot of stuff to go through. And so I thought, hey, if you guys voted on it and you guys went through the videos, and then maybe I have the final say, or if you narrow it down to the top 10 and then I can pick my 5, or I narrow it down to the top 10 and you pick the top 5, something along those lines, something that brings you guys into it, makes you involved. That's my thoughts. I'm just rambling on. Dan has got the new gimbal, so for no reason whatsoever, I'm just going to have him follow me around. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. If you think that is a good idea to have the extended 30-minute version on Patreon, and to allow Patreon people to watch it live, and then the public only gets the shortened 10-minute version, and then to have you guys vote on everything. We're starting to fill up the wall. I got my friends up north and south represented, Canada and Mexico. I've got some others coming that will fill in the spot up there. Oh, check this out. So I was in Charm, Ohio, which is the Amish country of Ohio. It's like central eastern Ohio, and there's a really cool hardware store, woodworking store, lumber store, and I picked up some really cool. This is maple burl. I don't know what to do with this yet. Maybe some sort of epoxy project, not sure. I also got, I've never seen this before, but it's just a sheet of bark. Not sure what to do with it. I thought maybe I could CNC out some sort of shape and reveal artwork behind there. Not sure, but I've never seen bark for sale, so I picked up that. And then I got this buckeye burl. Oh my goodness, I love the way this looks. And my thought with this is to make some sort of round form and then fill it with resin, and so it's a nice perfectly round table, and this guy peeks through the top. Those are my thoughts. It might sit here for months before I even do anything. And then I got these guys. I believe, what is this? This is spalted beech. And so I got 3 of these, and I thought about stabilizing them so they stop checking and cracking. I do have a vacuum pump and some stabilizing resin. I haven't experimented with that yet, but make some sort of like pole going through here and a little 3-tier shelf system. So that's my thoughts. Oh, and I got this. I have no idea what this is. How do you say that? I don't know. Some sort of pod. I'm assuming insects some sort made this thing. But I don't know. Filling that, stabilizing that, filling that with resin, turning it on the lathe. Not sure. I just picked it up, and it's there. If the idea hits me, we'll go with it. So I don't know what to do with that just yet. So if you have ideas, let me know in the comments down below. All right, Patreon people, that wraps it up. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Makers and Shakers. Please leave your comments down below. And thank you again for all your support. It means the world to me. As always, be safe, have fun, stay passionate, and make something.